Alright guys, so now that we understand the theory behind cracking a WPA password protected Wi-Fi network, and we also did it live, you guys are probably realizing that, well, it's like actually kind of scary how easy it is for a hacker to figure out these passwords. So the important thing that we need to understand is how can we protect against this? I mean, how can we have legit clients still be able to use these password protected networks but keep the bad guys out? Well, as you're watching these tutorials, we're going to talk about a bunch of different techniques that we can use to secure your Wi-Fi network. But in this case, and one of the most simple things, and I'm sure people tell you all the time, is you need to have an awesome password. And by that, I don't just mean, you know how websites say that you need at least one uppercase in a number. No, I mean that you need like an awesome password. You need to have uppercase, lowercase, you need to have weird symbols. Make it as long as you possibly can. And another thing that people don't realize, and what we just saw, is in order to perform that attack, this guy needs a dictionary, a list of passwords that he think may work. Now, some people's dictionaries are like terabytes long. Now, if you just took a quick look at that word list, then what you're going to notice is that whenever you use a dictionary tag, those passwords are made up of, people's previous passwords. And these are not only things like password 1234, but they're things like sports teams, they're things like famous people, something like soccer, common words. So if your password that you choose for your access point isn't even a word at all, let's say it's just 3JK8211, and like you have a bunch more thing like that, explanation, dollar sign, whatever. Do you think that this is going to be in anyone's password dictionary? It's not, because this is kind of what we're seeing. This is what they're going after, vulnerable passwords. And unless they're going to brute force you, in other words, just try every combination possible, then, I mean, it's pretty much impossible that someone has this as a possible option. So use not words, but just random stuff. It sounds stupid, but if you just start pounding away at your keyboard, if you don't even know what your password is going to be, then there's no way that they're gonna. So long passwords, number, symbols, uppercase, lowercase, and you're going to be very protected in the sense that they're probably not going to guess it with a dictionary. Now, another thing that I want to point out is this. Say that you are, just at your school. Let me just write that. So what we saw is whenever anyone knows the password to this access point, then essentially what it means, if they're smart enough, is they can read everyone's traffic between their device and the network. It was super easy to decrypt and read. So let's say that this is you. This is your laptop at school, and obviously you can't change the password for the network. I mean, you can get in there technically, but you're not supposed to, and if you do it, you're going to get in trouble. So you go to the systems administrator, be like, hey, dude, you need a better password. And he's like, nah, it's fine, it's fine. So now you're in a pickle. And just so we can remember that, let me drop pickle. That is the worst pickle ever. Alright, so now you are in a predicament. So you want to be able to securely, transfer data back and forth, but you have no control over the password because the access point, it just doesn't belong to you. Now, the best thing that you can do, in my opinion, is you can use something called a VPN. Now, in order to understand what a VPN is, and it's actually pretty simple, the concept at least, is you first need to understand what a proxy is. And if you guys already know all about this stuff, then, just go ahead to the next tutorial. But for those of you who don't, this is golden information that you're about to get. And this is not only useful for securing your traffic, but also you guys are going to see why it's useful. So basically what's going to happen is, let's say that you're at school still. I don't know if you guys can see that. Alright. So let's say that you're at school and this is your computer, and you decide that you want to go to Netflix. So this server is Netflix or whatever website. Now, you're good watching movies, but the systems administrator, after a few days, he's like, oh, whoa. All of this data is coming in the school network, and it's from this dude right here, and he's looking at Netflix when he's supposed to be doing schoolwork. So he's probably going to put up something called a firewall. Now, a firewall is basically a way that says, okay, I am going to block this person from reaching another destination. So he can either just block your computer, which he doesn't do that often. More likely than not, he's going to say, okay, I know Netflix IP address, which is, like 2.2.2.2, whatever. Alright, so he says that anyone on the school's network, whenever they try to go to this website, then we're just going to block it. So it's basically a way to say that no one is allowed to go to these sites. I'm going to look at the traffic. If anyone's going to the 2.2.2.2 server, then it's blocked. So now you have no way of getting to Netflix from inside the school. So a proxy server is basically a middleman. In other words, okay, we cannot go to Netflix no matter what. The systems administrator blocked this server, so we cannot access that server. However, what we can do is we can access a proxy server. So like I said, a proxy is a middleman. In other words, what we're going to do is we're going to say, hey, proxy. Jeez, oh my. I have this voice activated thing called Alexa from Amazon, and I think she just thought that I said her name, and she started talking, and I'm like, what the F is... Do you hear that? She keeps talking, and I thought someone was inside my house. Wow, freaked the crap out of me. Alright, where was I? Okay. So instead of accessing a server directly, you can say, hey, proxy server, can you go ahead and get some Netflix movies for me? So it's pretty much a server that acts on your behalf. Now, the systems administrator, he's going to monitor your traffic still, and he's going to say, okay, Bucky is not going to Netflix. Okay, this is good. So he doesn't know that what you're doing is you're actually having this server right here go get the movies for you and bring them back. So all he knows is that you're not going to this, boom, roasted. So that's how proxies work, and that's how you can get around going to, sites that you probably shouldn't be going to at school. So why did I say VPN is what you want to do? Well, a VPN is essentially like an enhanced proxy, because not only is it a website that acts on your behalf, but all of this data between you and the proxy or VPN server is encrypted. So two benefits. First of all, anyone monitoring you, anyone looking at you like that, they're going to have no idea what websites you're going to on the outside, because it's just going to look like you're always going to this one server. No matter what you do, you're always just going to one website right there. Now, since the data is encrypted, even if they were to look at that traffic, it's all going to look scrambled. The only people who know what you're really going to is you and the VPN. So once it gets to the VPN, I mean, you can go to eBay, you can go to Reddit, you can go to thenewboston.com, you can do that, and there is no way that and it's not only like the people like your systems administrator at work or school, it's also the government, it's also your internet service provider. They have no idea what you're doing. So I recommend that you get a VPN, even if you are over a secure network, even if you're just at home. They are awesome. I love them. I highly recommend them. And yeah, there you go. Recommend that you learn more about them, but there you go. That's the basics of how you can protect your own traffic from being spied on a wireless network. And if you own that wireless network, get a nice secure password and you'll be golden. So thank you guys for watching. See you next time.